All right, people. So they had about a week ago. They had the Brexit vote, and Britain voted to leave the European Union, which I think is great news. There's all these things around the world. The United Nations, the European Union, um, that are, in my opinion, meant to just designate control. Take away the sovereignty of states. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about the North American Union. The whole idea of having, Mexico, United States, and Canada almost merged into one, and in a way that has happened through disastrous, like NAFTA. Like Trump talks about NAFTA. How that's wrecked our economy. And Ross Perot talked about that too. So there's and then you got the TPP too. So there's a lot of things that I think are meant to aim at global government. And now we hear, a lot of people have been talking about the whole idea of a new world order or globalism, or one world government for a while now. But now we finally have the media coming out and almost admitting that there's a plan for globalism. Trump's now one of his main messages is, we're geared towards globalism. We should have an America first idea or foreign policy. And basically, since this Brexit vote has happened, people are now admitting in the mainstream media really that there is a global government. There is a push towards globalism, through things like the UN and the EU to consolidate power into one power structure and rule everybody through a one world government, which takes away state sovereignty and shit like that. So I think this is great that the Brexit happened. Why the fuck would we want to be in a union with other countries where a union tells us what to do, where a union can affect our laws or how our countries will run? It's a totally horrible idea. I'm for states, or countries being able to do what they want, having sovereignty, not being in a one world government. I mean, that's not a good idea. I'm for, people being able to do what they want. You always hear the idea of, voting, being able, people determining their own destiny. I mean, and really being consolidated in a union, a European Union, really takes that all away. It's almost, again, it's a move towards global government, which is not a good thing. And this global government is not going to be a good thing. I mean, there's definitely numerous people around the world who talk about having a new world order, like Henry Kissinger has said it before. And I'm not one to want. I want a free and independent America. I don't want to be part of this new world order, people. So pretty much, globalism is now fucked. You got, the UKIP party, Nigel Farage, and rising in Britain there. David Cameron resigned. They're no longer part of the EU. And then here in America, we have Trump rising, who is, like I said, he's totally anti-globalism, since he's been saying globalism is the thing that's been taking our country down. And he wants an America First policy, so he's pretty much anti-globalism. So, pretty much in the past year, we've seen two major blows for globalism. The fact that Britain has voted to leave the EU and the rise of Donald Trump here in America. And, it very well could become our next president here. So, it's definitely, I always say on these videos, it's an exciting time to be alive here in our world here. So, but yeah, globalism is fucked. And now the mainstream media is pretty much admitting that globalism is fucked. They're admitting that it's actually a thing that, that many people want to consolidate power into this huge world government. And they're trying to do that through things like the EU, the UN, shit like that. And people are saying no, it's not working. So this is great news here, and I'm happy to see Britain take their independence back. Now the only thing that's left is we have to take our independence back too, from these corrupt politicians, and vote somebody like Donald Trump into office. who is not part of the establishment, who is an independent, free man. And you really have the media out there attacking him. This is so fucking ridiculous how biased to wrap this video up, I'm just going to talk about how biased the media is against Trump. I mean, every time there's a poll that comes out, and who knows, these polls might be fucking rigged. A lot of them are done by left-wing establishments. Every time a poll comes out that shows Trump down like 10 points to Hillary, oh, Trump down big to Hillary, it's all over the news. But then a poll comes out that shows Trump like down like 1 or 2 points, or actually there was one that came out today that showed him up 4 points. You don't see the media reporting on that. I mean, it is so obvious the media is for Hillary. I mean, you just look at like when Trump goes on the news networks, or one of his employees like Paul Manafort goes on the news networks. I mean, the questions are so fucking ridiculous. I mean, there was actually a question, asked. I was watching the Paul Manafort, who's kind of the head of the campaign now since Trump fired his campaign manager. There was a question asked about, is Trump a born-again Christian or whatever? Like that really fucking matters. Why are we obsessing over shit like that? I mean, the media just wants to try everything to bring Trump down. And my favorite one is you'll hear somebody talking, oh, look at what Trump said about Mexicans, and they'll play a little piece there when he was announcing his run, where he says they are rapists, they are criminals, and he was referencing illegal aliens. But they lie. That could easily be a lawsuit there, a defamation lawsuit, where they lie and say, oh, Trump says all Mexicans are racist. Trump wants to deport all immigrants. And they bunch together. They do this too. They bunch together immigrants and illegal aliens. Like those are part of the same group. There's a big difference between an illegal alien and an immigrant. I mean, people don't understand that. They're so dumb. They're dumb as fuck, getting their news from these far left-wing sites like BuzzFeed or whatever the fuck. It's like some of these fucking like BuzzFeed and all these other left-wing organizations have really brainwashed people to be bots for Hillary Clinton and just blindly support her and just hate Trump because, again, they lie. Oh, this is what Trump says about Mexicans. He is racist. They're rapists. They're criminals. And then they don't show the part where he says some of them are good people, but a lot of them are bad people. I mean, it's just lie after lie after lie. They will do whatever it takes to bring down Donald Trump and to stop, kind of the completion. I kind of look at as Brexit as part one of, stopping globalism. I think Donald Trump would be the final blow. It's like, you fucking shot him right in the fucking shoulder. Trump would be a fucking headshot. We shot him in the shoulder with Brexit. Now, electing Trump would be the fucking headshot. So we got to get this guy in office. We got to break through the lying left mainstream media, which has just been so ridiculous, so lying, dishonest in covering this election. So there you go, people.